Supreme Chancellor Obi-Wan Kenobi by Stone Freak! Chapter 47. Anakin and Ahsoka are about to ship out. Obi-Wan idly watches as Anakin paces back and forth while muttering to himself. Where is she? I can't believe she's late. Anakin finally huffs before he stops and crosses his arms over his chest and instead starts tapping his foot against the floor. It's nearing third hour and Anakin, Ahsoka, and the troops are supposed to be heading out in 10 minutes. The rest of the troops on the Resolute are waiting. Obi-Wan sends him an amused look, only barely containing the smile that wants to break out on his face. I seem to remember a young Padawan who often ran late for missions, showing up last minute with oil stains on his robes. What? Master, I didn't! Anakin starts spluttering, an aghast expression on his face. It makes Obi-Wan's struggle not to smile even harder. Ultimately, Obi-Wan gives up and chuckles, sending Anakin an indulgent smile as the latter's splutters die down into a fond smile and he bumps his shoulder into Obi-Wan's. The moment is quickly interrupted by loud, fast footsteps. No doubt someone running as fast as they can down the hangar. Glancing around, Obi-Wan and Anakin both quickly spot Ahsoka heading toward them at full speed. I'm here! I'm not late! Ahsoka pants out as she finally reaches them. Obi-Wan spies a second lightsaber on her belt but says nothing. He simply smiles at her. Cutting it pretty close there, don't you think, Snips? Anakin grouses, drawing himself up to his full height and raising an eyebrow. The very picture of a displeased master. The look of it nearly sends Obi-Wan into a fit of laughter because he knows Anakin knows that look well, having seen it on Obi-Wan more than a few times. Just like Obi-Wan saw it on Qui-Gon often enough. It's just the way things go between masters and Padawans, Obi-Wan thinks, and ultimately he can't help himself. Like master, like Padawan. He chuckles into his fist. Oh, how he wishes he had a holocam to immortalize the twin looks of disbelief and betrayal he receives. Ahsoka snaps out of the slight stupor faster than Anakin and huffs slightly, but then shakes her head, clearly deciding to not comment on it. You came to see us off, Master Obi-Wan? I thought you would be busy at the Senate all day today. She squints at him suspiciously. Oh, I was, but then someone... He glances in Anakin's direction. Decided that I should come see you off. Obi-Wan makes sure to keep the smile off his face, but he knows amusement bled into his voice. Oh, Anakin. Anakin can't really keep the grin off his face. He'd been mostly sure that if he just went and got him, Obi-Wan would come. Just a few weeks ago, he would never have thought so, but ever since they had that talk, well, he knows now. Obi-Wan cares. He made token protests about the paperwork when Anakin showed up with no appointment and told him to come see them off as they left for their mission, but he still followed. He told Waxer and Boyle he'd be back in an hour and came with Anakin to the temple hangars. There's this giddy feeling in Anakin's chest. The knowledge that Obi-Wan used to leave because someone was making him, not because he wanted to. That Obi-Wan wanted to let Anakin keep his mind to himself is... It's weird. That's not what you do when you care, but Obi-Wan is weird. He's always been weird, so Anakin should have known. He didn't then, but he does now because he felt it. Felt it in the Force. Obi-Wan does care. Back when Obi-Wan had talked about getting a Padawan, it has been a betrayal because Anakin still needs him, still needs his friendship and guidance. Anakin had still been sure Obi-Wan didn't really want him as a friend or Padawan, but to be replaced! The anger and resentment he felt toward his replacement had bubbled inside him, but he'd managed to keep his outside reaction to logical, if slightly disgruntled. Not at all petulant, no! But there was no replacement. Instead, there was Ahsoka, Anakin's Padawan. Similar in temper, eager to learn, and so very precious to him now. He never imagined having a Padawan, never really saw himself as the teaching type, but now he can't imagine having not had her. The thought of not having Ahsoka in his life is... It's awful. Maybe he should thank Master Yoda for meddling. Later, the old master doesn't need encouragement to meddle. Not that he'd stop if he didn't get encouragement, so getting it would probably just make him worse. And that's a scary thought. Anakin thinks back on stories of Master Qui-Gon and his way of following the will of the Force. Did he get it from Master Yoda? Because that kind of seems like a Master Yoda thing. I see you've brought a second lightsaber, Ahsoka. Obi-Wan's voice brings Anakin out of his thoughts. He blinks in surprise and looks closer at his Padawan. Obi-Wan's right, there is a second lightsaber on Ahsoka's belt. Oh, yeah. Ahsoka scratches her cheek and stubs the toe of her boot against the floor. I might not be quite ready for Dark High in the field yet, but having a spare lightsaber could still be useful. And it means I can practice the colors you showed me, Master. Wait, what? He hasn't... Oh, she's talking to Obi-Wan. That does make more sense, but Obi-Wan showed you some Dark Eye katas? Anakin blinks at her before he glances at Obi-Wan briefly. They didn't know that. When did they... Oh yeah, just yesterday, actually. You found me in the training halls and offered to give me some instruction, and... With that, Ahsoka is off describing the events. Anakin finds himself smiling because that's Obi-Wan's way of caring. Teaching. Which, of course, means that Obi-Wan cares about Ahsoka, too. Knowing that it's good. It's really good. And Anakin feels the grin on his face return with a vengeance. You're gonna have to show me what you learned then, he says, breaking into Ahsoka's explanation. Perhaps in a spar. She blinks in surprise at him before her big eyes widen in glee and her mouth spreads in a big toothing smile. You're on, Sky Guy! In the corner of his eye, Anakin sees Obi-Wan shake his head at them, most likely in exasperation. But that's fine. It's all fine. This is all Anakin wants from life. Being happy and surrounded by the people he loves. The only piece missing is Padme. Still, Anakin feels on top of the world. Nothing can bring his good mood down now.